work with you to think of the subtle and the strong differences between these kinds of ideas. Because I constantly hear people say, who don't have disabilities, we've moved from charity to rights. And when I try to ask them what that means, it's very difficult to get them to think carefully about the implications of that. The reason it's difficult is the change is enormous. It's not just a little bit, it's a huge change, and it's going to require people to start to do things that make them uncomfortable. So let's think about it. The person giving charity, and remember, charity includes all kinds of things. It's not just charity in the traditional sense. Aid organizations from a variety of countries are giving charity, right? They're giving money to other people to do something. So if somebody is a recipient of charity, the person giving the charity has the power to decide what to give. So let's take an example. The charity giver wants to donate a coat to a person in need, right? They have a coat, they want to donate it. So that's their charitable donation. If it's a right holder, then the person with the disability has the power to say what they want. But if this person who's giving charity says, I want to give a coat, and this person who has a disability says, I don't want a coat, I want a pair of shoes, then what's the impact on the person who's giving the charity? They feel like someone is being unreceptive to them. They feel like they're not graciously accepting the donation. Well, they're not, and people shouldn't have to gracefully accept donations. If people are going to be right holders, one, we have to recognize, and everyone has to recognize, the needs of people with disabilities are not special needs. There is nothing special about them. They are simply what people need and want and ought to get. There are no such things as special needs. When people use the word special, it's code to me for I'm a charity giver. That's what that word is. It's code. The second thing is these are political issues. We can't pretend that this is about support and help. This is a political issue. The reason people with disabilities around the world are still receiving charity, the reason they're not getting rights is because governments are choosing, and governments and professionals and others are choosing not to make this a priority. It is a political issue.
Vidjeli smo impresivnu listu zakona, strategija, impresivno, znači ovo mi izučimo, mi imamo ove zakone stvarno. Moje pitanje je zašto pored ovako dobrih zakona, zašto nam osobe s invaliditetom nisu u školi, nisu na poslu, zašto ih drže u ruralnim sredinama potpuno izvučene, znači nigde ih nema. Roditelji kriju svoju decu, ne mogu da dođu do škole. Imamo zakon o socijalnim servisima koji je tek donešen, a imali smo zakon o inkluzivnom školstvu, rekli su imamo u Srbiji inkluzije koja je počela 1. septembra. Ja bih htio moje prijatelje iz Srbije da pitam kako funkcioniše inkluzija u Srbiji. Da. Znači, ovo je samo pitanje, pošto možemo da...
Pa, to je, ja bih rekao najpre da, nažalost, nije to slučaj samo o zakonima koji su od posebnog značaja za osobe sa invaliditetom, nego sa mnogim drugim zakonima koji se ubrzano donose da bi se Srbija približila Evropskoj uniji, ali se nedovoljno vodi računa o primjeni. Znači, tu je problem, ajde kažem, ekonomski, tu je problem politički, ali tu je i problem, da je malo samokritički, i koliko smo mi iz invalidskog pokreta spremni, snažni da vršimo pritisak na državne organe, institucije, da one obaveze koje su preuzeli zakonom u praksi isprovode.
Ja bih Hrvatsku da pohvalim kao veoma dobar primjer. Ne samo za škole, ja znam i neke druge primjere, gde su organizacije osoba sa invaliditetom pokrenule inicijative, iako nije postojao zakon, uspeli su da promene stvari i da sa svom promenom ubace zakonodavstvo. Znači, prevarili su zakonodavce, pokazali su primjer dobre prakse i to je ono što mi treba da radimo. Treba da pokažemo primjer dobre prakse, pošto će zakonodavci uvijek da kažu to košta, to je skupo, to je preskupo, ne može, ja kažem invalidnost košta. Invalidnost košta, to je istina i mora se platiti. Svi mi imamo ljudska prava na iste mogućnosti, jednake mogućnosti i naša ljudska prava nemaju cenu.
So, but it's really a pleasure to be here because I've been wanting to join the RPI's training sessions for a long time. At the moment I'm working as a special assistant to the United Nations Special Rapporteur on Disability, Mr. Shuaib Chalklen. And Mr. Chalklen, he is supposed to report back to the United Nations about the status of persons with disabilities throughout the world, which is an impossible task to do. So he more or less have to choose some things. And we think that these training seminars are very, very important. Because we have, I think, I'm not quite sure countries have signed or ratified the convention, but as soon as the convention is ratified in a country, it's going to be monitored. And it's going to be monitored by the government, which makes it extremely important that the organizations of persons with disability make their own shadow reports and also cooperate with the government on making their reports. Therefore, it is so important that people with disabilities ourselves, that we really understand how to monitor, what monitoring is, and how to cooperate with those who are putting it into action, namely the governments. So I'm looking forward to stay here with you until Tuesday, and hope that when we leave on Tuesday, we know so much more about how to monitor the Convention on the Rights for Persons with Disability, because this is a history, the momentum in history, where we can try to make difference in the next years. So thank you, and thank you for inviting me.
As you might imagine, politically, countries are very nervous about economic, social, and cultural rights. When you talk to governments about economic, social, and cultural rights, they see dollar signs. With civil and political rights, they understand people should vote. They understand people should not be tortured. They don't see dollar signs. But as soon as they see economic, social, and cultural rights, they start to see dollar signs and they get nervous. Which is why some countries, particularly countries in the West, were very nervous about signing the Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities. Because those countries who are taking the rights of people with disabilities seriously know that there will likely be some cost to bringing 20% of the population back in a way that requires fundamental changes to the way the institutions of society works. Now, in addition to those specific clauses, there are some general clauses at the beginning. And those general clauses give you a number of principles of human rights. And these are the principles we're going to use to do our monitoring. The principles, there are a number of them, but the ones that we're going to concentrate on and which you're going to have imprinted on your brain before you leave here are 5. The first is the right to dignity, and we're going to go back over these. The first is the right to dignity. The second is the right to autonomy. The third is the right to participation, inclusion, and accessibility. The fourth is the right to non-discrimination and equality. And the fifth is the right to respect for difference. Those are the 5 key principles we're going to use to measure and monitor rights. Okay.
Evo, ja ću pokušati da definišem, znači prvi osjećaj nedostojanstva, ono što se vrlo često dešava osoba sa invaliditetom, kad recimo dođemo kod doktora i doktor se obraća našem asistentu, šta je njemu? Na šta se žali? Znači, ne obraća se direktno meni, nego asistentu. To je jedan od vrlo čestih osjećaja nedostojanstva. A lično osjećaj dostojanstva sam imao najveći tada kad sam mogao da uporedim svoju vrijednost prilikom polaganja prvi put ispita na fakultetu sa drugim studentima, jer uvijek se dešavalo da polažem u nekim kabinetima koji su pristupačni, ja i profesor sami, a jednom se desilo da sam mogao da polažem ispit u amfiteatru sa ostalim studentima i da se uvjerim da moja ocjena ništa manje ne vrijedi nego i drugih studenta. Ja od juče imam potrebu da kažem za jedan primjer. I čisto to je jedan fenomenološki prikaz odnosa prema invaliditetu i invalidnosti. Naime, o čemu se radi? Sad ću ispričati jedan primjer koji je osnova, recimo, u prethodnom principu, znači nediskriminaciji, a vezan je i za ovaj poštovanje različitosti. O čemu se radi? Bio sam prisutan na jednom javnoj raspravi, jednom okruglom stolu, gdje se raspravljalo o zakonu o nediskriminaciji osoba sa invaliditetom. Znači, zakon je bio u nacrtu i raspravljalo se kakav on treba da bude. U jednom trenutku pomoćnik ministra za ljudska i manjinska prava je izrekao rečenicu: svi mi možemo potpasti pod inkriminaciju ovoga zakona, ne daj Bože. Znači, ključni pojam je ne daj Bože. Čovjek je gledao lično u mene u tom trenutku i ja sam se osjećao da sam taj slučaj ne daj Bože. Dokle god mi budemo uokvireni u ovaj pojam ne daj Bože, naš položaj neće biti jednako pravan sa ostalim građanima u zajednici. To je ono što sam htio da kažem, znači čitavo vrijeme taj osjećaj imam. Dok se ovo ne promijeni, a ja mislim da će se promijeniti u nekom doglednom vremenu uskoro i da ćemo mi postati jednako pravni građani kad uspijemo da imamo snagu upravljanja svojim okruženjem i svojim htjenjem da učestvujemo u zajednici, do tada ćemo biti jednako pravni građani i naša različitost će se poštovati. Evo, toliko bih ja što se tiče ovoga pojma poštovanja različitosti.
Then what is monitoring? Okay, let me give the official complicated definition. If you read a book about monitoring or you read most of the documents about monitoring, they'll say it's the active collection, verification, and immediate use of information to address human rights problems. Human rights monitoring includes gathering information about incidents, observing events, visiting sites, and holding discussions with government authorities to obtain information and to pursue remedies. If that terrifies you, it terrifies me too. When I first heard that, I thought, well, I'm never going to do that because it's too complicated. Actually, it's quite simple what monitoring is. Monitoring is finding out what's going on. That's what it is. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. It's simply finding out what's happening. It's finding facts, which is important because remember we talked about this yesterday. What we want to do is have some real facts that tell people what's happening. We don't just want the stories without some kind of way of collecting the stories in a systematic way so that we can tell governments and NGOs and private businesses what's actually happening. But we can't close down monitoring. So we have to ground monitoring so that it can keep taking place in the community. I think it's just really important to recognize that. And in human rights, it's true.
Meni je žao što Milenko i Sonja nisu imali prilike da kažu nešto, ali hajde da sumiramo. Ono što je bitno, znači što se odnosi na osobe sa invaliditetom u Crnoj Gori, je da ne postoji registar osoba sa invaliditetom. To znači da ne postoji tačan broj, osim onako da kažemo po organizacijama članova. Mada postoji situacija da su ljudi registrovani u nekoliko udruženja istovremeno. Ali ono što je vrlo važno je da je na posljednjem popisu koji je bio nedavno bilo obavezno pitanje o invalidnosti. S tim naravno što, sad ne znam, nije ni ono da kažemo srećno bilo uređeno, ali je postojalo, što je prednost. Također ono što znamo je da su osobe sa invaliditetom bukvalno na granici siromaštva. Veliki broj njih je baš siromašan. Također, veoma je nizak nivo svijesti građana, ostalih građana prema pravima osoba sa invaliditetom. Pristupačnost, isto tako kao što sam i malo prije pomenula, veliki problem, znači samo nove zgrade i to mali broj njih je pristupačan, veliki broj institucija nije dostupan. Ne kažemo sad samo fizički, nego i Mima evo pomenula, znači u obrazovanju, znači potpuno je pristupačnost svemu loša. Također, socijalni servisi se uglavnom zasnivaju na pilotiranju, na pilotskim projektima, nevladinih organizacija naravno. Također, veliki nedostatak nevladinih organizacija osoba sa invaliditetom je nedostatak sigurnih izvora finansiranja. Također, veliki problem je da su kapaciteti u institucijama koji rade sa osobama sa invaliditetom needukovani. Što se tiče saradnje između vlade i nevladinih organizacija, da kažemo da postoje neki početci saradnje. Nedavno je potpisan memorandum o saradnji nevladinih organizacija civilnog društva, među kojima su i organizacija osoba sa invaliditetom sa Skupštinom, i postoji u vladi savjet za pitanja osoba sa invaliditetom.
U Makedoniji imamo sve i svašta, bukvalno imamo rašamonijada. Kada što svi kako što pristupu i gledano sa aspekta interesa, tako i definiraju i pristupe i predlaže mehanizme o nadminuvanje problema sa osoba sa invaliditetom. Samo jedno hoću da prenesem jednu proverb ili quotation koji je Benjamin Franklin rekao i to ću da kažem na anglijskim pošto mnogo mi je teško to prevoditi na srpskom. Any society that will give up a little liberty to gain a little security will deserve neither or lose a both. I mislim da to treba da uzmemo u predvid ako želimo obezbediti dostojanstvo osoba sa invaliditetom u bilo kojoj zemlji.
There are all kinds of methodologies for determining who's going to be interviewed in a research study. The best possible way is if you can have what we call random numbers. That means we know everybody who's in the population of people who could be interviewed, and then we choose random numbers in that. Obviously, we don't know anything like that for people with disabilities.